This is Mac OS Ken.
A possible block against LG selling iPhones, revisiting Schrodinger's data center, and tales of Apple TV Plus. It is Monday, the 28th of June, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code MacOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSKen. Remember talk of LG selling iPhone and its LG Best shops? A report from the Korea Herald says that may be impossible thanks to a deal made by LG itself. In 2018, the piece says Samsung Electronics and LG Electronics agreed to limit the sale of phones at their respective stores to the ones of their own respective brand in order not to compete with smaller phone distributors. Selling Apple phones in LG shops sounds like a violation of that deal to the Korea Mobile Distributor Association, which represents the interests of domestic phone distributors, according to the report. They have asked the Korea Commission for Corporate Partnership to stop LG from selling iPhone in its stores. But here's the thing. LG's agreement may be nullified by LG getting out of the smartphone game. The company is in the process of shutting down its own smartphone manufacturing and thus sale of its own smartphones. The piece from the Herald says the 2018 agreement not to sell any phones but its own stipulated that the deal could change on certain conditions under different circumstances. Not making their own phones to sell certainly changes the circumstances. No word on whether that's change enough to make selling iPhone in LG stores copacetic with the Commission. Now, all of this assumes that LG and Apple have gotten past another sizable stumbling block. According to reports a little over a week ago, to win the iPhone business, Apple was insisting that LG Best shops sell the Mac as well. That would mean putting Apple computers in stores where LG still sells its own computers. Whether that's been hammered out is unclear. LG seems to have offered little in the way of comment on any of it. The quote from the middle of the month had an LG Electronics spokesperson saying, "Nothing has been decided yet," and that the company is exploring all possibilities. If you have an implanted pacemaker or defibrillator, Apple is out with a list of things that it makes that you will want to keep at a safe distance. Basically, if Apple makes it, you'll want to keep it at a safe distance. Mac Rumors has word of an Apple support dock that lists things it makes that could cause magnetic interference. The list includes every model of AirPods and their charging cases, 4 models of Beats headphones, including Beats Flex, Beats X, Power Beats Pro, and your Beats 3, Apple Watch, bands with magnets and magnetic charging accessories for Apple Watch, both models of HomePod, all of the iPads plus smart covers and smart folios, smart keyboard and smart keyboard folio, and Magic Keyboard for iPad, and finally every Mac plus Apple Pro Display XDR. As for how clear one has to steer, not terribly. Apple Gear should stay more than 6 inches from the implanted device, or more than 12 inches if the Apple product is charging wirelessly. I'm kind of surprised to not see Apple Pencil on the list at all. Apple may have that covered, though. Mac Rumors has the support doc indicating that certain other Apple products contain magnets, but are unlikely to interfere with medical devices. From messing with your heart in a negative way to trying to keep it healthy, another region has granted ECG approval to Apple Watch, and it is a big region. Another piece from Mac Rumors says China has given the green light to the electrocardiogram functionality, while a document posted last week by China's National Medical Products Administration indicated that Apple could turn the feature on for compatible watches. There is no indication when the company might do so. Actually, that's not quite right. There is indication that Apple plans to do so by at least watchOS 8. Mac Rumors says posts on the Chinese social network Weibo indicate that the ECG functionality is live in the second beta of watchOS 8, which went out to developers last week. That practically guarantees that it'll be live when the next Apple Watch launches. Whether Apple will activate it before then for Apple Watch Series 4, 5, and 6 remains an unknown. The site Data Center Dynamics calls this story the story that just won't die. According to the piece, Apple has seemingly restarted its efforts to build a data center in Anthenry, Ireland. According to the piece, the Cupertino company has this month submitted an application to Galway County Council for an extension to its planning permission on the site. That would put its plans to build a 260,000 square foot single-story data center back in play. Well, a data center, plus a logistics and administration building, maintenance building, 2 fiber huts, 18 external standby generators, and a 20 kilovolt substation. 7 years in the making and unmaking. The piece says Apple bought the land for the data center in 2014. While officials approved the plans, area activists opposed it. They sued to stop it, leading to many delays, thanks in part to a shortage of judges and court issues. Eventually, Apple gave up on the data center, putting the land up for sale in 2019. 2 years later, the land is still Apple's, and they'd apparently still like a data center on it. County planners are due to issue a decision on the extension in August, according to the report. Apple expects the data center to be complete sometime in 2026, and I look forward to telling you about the company's next application for extension in 2029. More news in a moment, but first a word from Notion. One workplace for your whole team. Not all work collaboration tools are created equal. Some only let you organize information, while others are only good for project management. Notion is the one tool for your whole team. Build a wiki, take notes, push projects forward. Notion is the one place where every team, from engineering to sales, can work together seamlessly, with 500 integrated apps including Google and Slack. Square, Pixar, IBM, hundreds of thousands of teams worldwide are already saving time, getting more done, and making work easier for team members with Notion. See what Notion can do for your team. Notion is currently running a special offer to listeners of this show. Go to notion.so and use promo code MacOSKen to get $250 off its annual team plan. That's multiple months free for your growing team. Don't forget, that is notion.so and enter promo code MacOSKen during checkout. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code MacOSKen. If you're a Photoshop, Sketch, and or Illustrator Draw user for iOS or Android, Adobe says it is time to move along, little doggy. Mac Rumors says the company reminded users last week that things are winding down for those applications. According to the piece, the two apps will no longer be available for download on iOS and Android starting the 19th of July. Adobe plans to stop supporting the apps for existing users on the 10th of January, 2022. It's not end of life yet. They're just getting ready to kill it. Mac Rumors says existing users can continue to use the apps after the 19th of July, with all artwork and projects remaining available, but Adobe said it will not add any new features or updates to the apps once they're discontinued. What they will do is move folks to Fresco. Fresco is a free app for iPhone and iPad and Android, one assumes. Well, it's free for the slimmed down version. Premium features will run buyers $9.99. According to Mac Rumors, all projects created in Illustrator Draw and Photoshop Sketch will automatically be migrated to Fresco after a user signs into the app with their Adobe ID email address. We'll wrap the day with a little bit of Apple TV Plus talk. It's English, it's French, and it's a new series coming to Apple TV Plus. iMore says the Cupertino streamer has announced Liaison, a bilingual thriller starring Vincent Cassel and Eva Green. According to the report, Cassel is known for his roles in Black Swan, Ocean's 12, and Westworld, whereas Green is known for Casino Royale and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. As for the new title, iMore says this contemporary thriller explores the challenges and devastating consequences of past mistakes on our future. Liaison mixes a political and espionage plot with the story of passionate love. Filming is reportedly underway, no word on when the world gets to liaise with Liaison. Apple TV Plus has come out with a couple of new previews. First, iDownload blog says the multiple award-winning Sundance Film Festival hit CODA has gotten a full trailer. Acronym for Child of Deaf Adults. A past description of CODA says the film tells the story of Ruby, played by Amelia Jones of Lock and Key, who is the only hearing person in her deaf family. She has to decide whether to stay and help save their fishing business or forge her own path after discovering she has a gift for singing. The film hits theaters and Apple's streaming service in August, Friday the 13th of August for Apple TV Plus. In the meantime, you can catch the trailer on YouTube. And finally today, the world is just under 3 weeks away from Schmigadoon. The Mac Observer says Apple TV Plus dropped a trailer for the comedy musical series on Friday. The cast is insane. Cicely Strong, Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Armisen, Kristen Chenoweth, Alan Cumming, Jane Krakowski, and many, many more. TMO says the show follows a couple who go on a backpacking trip to try and fix their relationship. Instead, they end up in a magical town living in a 1940s musical and must find true love in order to leave. The first 2 episodes hit Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 16th of July, with subsequent episodes hitting one at a time on following Fridays. While I was skeptical at first, the trailer kind of gives me hope. You can check it out for yourself on YouTube. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.